Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path. With customized solutions designed for your business, we'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
AngelCon is a pitch competition and training for angel investors. We offer AngelCon every year, and it ends in a pitch competition where one startup will win at least $100,000. As part of AngelCon, we also train startups in how to pitch and be ready to attract investors, put them through due diligence, and a lot of boot camp.
SBDC is such a priceless resource on the Central Coast.
The SBDC is providing founders with the tools to help them build a better business, consultants who have experience in so many different areas.
And we are there to understand where the business is at. Is it just getting started? Is it already existing? What are your challenges and needs at this moment in time?
Through the SBDC, startups sign up to be clients, and they're able to connect with a large pool of consultants.
When you apply, which is very simple to do, and you're selected to be a client, you will be referred to a lead consultant.
Those lead consultants will then tap into our pool of 37 consultants, and they all have expertise that are extremely specific.
Something that people don't realize about the SBDC is the reach that they have. I don't think people realize that it's not just about business. It's in marketing,
Merchandising,
design,
branding. So typically, whatever a startup might need, I believe we have an expert in our pool that can help address those issues and work with the founders to make progress.
And it really helps companies, I think, get a better grasp of what they need to do faster so they're able to move and be nimble and figure out the market that they're serving as fast as possible.
At the SBDC, we offer an open office hours program. Every week, we have different advisors that provide no-cost services for any SBDC client. During open office hours, you may meet an accounting or financial specialist, a legal person, a marketing expert, an HR expert. We have all kinds of different consultants that provide open office hours on a weekly basis. It's an easy, quick way to get some questions answered regarding your small business issues at a no cost to you.
Year I've been working on a startup and have received incredible support from the CIE. It started in an entrepreneurial senior project. We applied for the Summer Accelerator program and got in, and continued our journey. For the past few months, we've been hitting a few bumps in the road. It got to the point where we realized what we wanted to build wasn't technically possible, but that's okay. If you look at everything that has happened in the past year, all the people that we've met, all the lessons that we've learned, that is something I didn't have a year ago. Even though this particular startup didn't come to fruition, the CIE has been here the entire time to provide support, to provide mentors, to provide connections, and they're still here to support me as an entrepreneur, regardless of what I'm working on. And I can take all that experience to my next venture. And I know that the CIE is going to be there to support me the entire time.
My name is Amelia Degenkolb. I'm the CEO and co-founder of NovaCuff.
My name is Donald Lee, and I'm co-founder and CTO of NovaCuff.
We've designed a device that's meant to help support the body's natural anatomy for women who are at risk of having preterm birth, especially due to a shortened cervix. I had already been co-working here at the Hot House, and so now we have an official space, and it's really nice because it is an environment where a lot of people are going through the same thing. Having everyone at your fingertips in a way, at least the first introduction to them is already made, is really nice.
If I was not part of this and I wanted to find somebody, I would have no idea where to start. But being in a place like this, even if the right person isn't here, somebody here will know the right person to connect you to.
There's just this next level of willingness and desire to help out your fellow incupatee. It feels like you're all part of a much bigger team, all trying to achieve the same dream and success.
I think the just collaboration between other founders and companies here has been awesome.
The collaborative environment is so great, and then there's always, again, that long list of consultants.
I think the knowledge base here, the mentors here, just even the space here to physically come and work and collaborate, it's invaluable. Any company that wants to leapfrog forward, this is kind of the launch pad to be able to do that.
I'm Andrew DeMille, and I'm COO and co-founder of Quantum Energy Inc. And we provide data and analytics that helps some of the largest clean energy projects get built faster with less risk. And we also help some of the largest buyers of clean power to do so more intelligently and to maximize the return on investment. We are so excited to be the Cal Poly CIE SBDC Business of the Year. What an honor. Over the course of our time working with the SBDC, we've had a number of amazing milestones, and things are now rolling. Quantum is now relevant in the industry with the largest players on the supply side of the market and some of the largest buyers of power on the corporate side. Having the support of the SBDC has truly made the difference in allowing us to make this possible. So I couldn't recommend the SBDC more, and I just want to iterate how grateful we are for the opportunity to be a part of receiving this kind of assistance to de-risk and accelerate Quantum Energy Inc.
business is no...
Hello. Come on in, everyone. Welcome to AngelCon 2025. Thank you all so much for being here. Our event is hybrid tonight, so thank you to those of you joining online. My name is Donica Forencic. I'm the Economic Development Director for the Center of Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Entrepreneurship and the Small Business Development Center. This is our 8th annual AngelCon, and before we jump in, I'm excited to share some updates with you. The Cal Poly Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship was founded almost 15 years ago with a focus on supporting students, exploring the possibilities of entrepreneurship, and serving the small business ecosystem of our regional community. The CIE has helped launch hundreds of startups on campus through its various programs. But I'm excited to represent the work that the CIE does off campus. The CIE has accomplished its tremendous work off campus at the Hot House, which is our 15,000 square foot location in the heart of downtown San Luis Obispo. At the Hot House, we run our Startup Incubator Program and the Small Business Development Center, through which we have supported thousands of local businesses over the year. The SBDC had a great 2024. We advised over 500 businesses in San Luis Obispo County in 2024 at the Hot House and through our outreach centers in North and South County. We helped such businesses obtain $8 million in capital funding and create 84 new jobs. And 2025 is looking even better. We are excited to announce that this year, the SBDC has already captured over $40 million in capital funding and is on track to serve nearly 600 clients. A significant portion of the funding we track comes directly from angel groups and venture funds. We see it as our role to support funding activity in any way we can, and most notably through AngelCon. Ultimately, all of this funding activity is what creates jobs locally and allows these companies to flourish right here in our Central Coast region. So how does AngelCon work? Well, every September, we invite local accredited investors to invest in our fund, some of whom have never been part of an angel group. Through our AngelCon training program, these investors learn about startup investing over an 8-month period, which culminates in an investment in at least one regional startup at this event. We meet monthly to hear from brilliant speakers and experts who share their best practices for reviewing startup pitches, conducting due diligence, and negotiating deal terms. By January, we typically have 20 to 30 startups apply to be considered by our angel group. And these investors review the applications and pick their top 12 startups. The top 12 startups move on to a grinding 6-week pitch prep boot camp. After the boot camp, our investors select their top 6 startups who you will see pitch live here tonight. The purpose of AngelCon is threefold. First, we train new investors to invest in startups. Second, we create access to capital for our startups. And third, we create this event to showcase some of the most up-and-coming brilliant entrepreneurs we have in our region. Each year, we share with you aggregate data in terms of companies funded and total dollars amount raised by our startups post-AngelCon. This year, I want to take a moment to pause on a few success stories from some of our post-AngelCon finalists. In Fund 1 in 2018, Passion Footwear, a convertible high-heel shoe company, pitched. Although they did not win, they went on to raise over $4 million, navigated the pandemic and supply chain issues, saw their founder, Haley Pavoni, become a TikTok sensation, and became profitable in 2024. In Fund 5 in 2022, Novicuff presented. Novicuff is a medical device company aimed at reducing preterm labor. After receiving the runner-up investment in AngelCon, Novicuff went on to raise $2 million in their seed round, which was followed up by an oversubscribed Series A round in July 2024, where they raised $26 million. And last year in Fund 7, we saw Nextera Tech win and complete their pre-seed round with the AngelCon investment. Nextera's first product, PyroTac, which is primarily built for waste management trucks, detects high-risk lithium-ion batteries before collection, reducing major fire risks. This all-female founded team is using AI-driven, non-invasive solutions to raise the bar in efficiency, environmental stewardship, and safety in waste management operations. All of these companies were either born within the CI family or have received significant support from our local business community and especially our expert team of over 30 SBDC advisors. In the aggregate, over $60 million has been raised by all past AngelCon finalists. I also want to highlight something else very significant. According to the World Economic Forum in 2023, women-founded startups received 2% of less of all VC funding worldwide. We are proud that approximately 20% of our best-performing AngelCon companies are women-founded and led. So thank you to our investors and our business community. You have done a great job moving the needle in narrowing the gender gap in the world of venture capital. And all of those companies I highlighted have a women founder or all women founder led. The AngelCon outcomes have all surpassed our expectations, not only the startups, but also our investors. Many of our investors remain active angel investors, either independently or through funds like Central Coast Ventures, Kern Venture Group, Entrada Ventures, E8 Angels, and Santa Barbara Angel Alliance, to name a few. We're so thankful for their engagement and support. This guarantees active investment activity throughout the year for our region. This year, we had 21 investors on board. Please all stand up. Give them a big round of applause. This group has committed $125,000 to this year's fund. Thank you so much to this amazing group of people who have been working diligently over the past months to evaluate our top 6 finalists pitching tonight. And we could not do this without our sponsors. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Pacific Premier Bank, and to our supporting sponsors who we will highlight throughout the evening. We could not accomplish any of this without you. I would like to give a special shout out to the City and County of San Luis Obispo for their continued support of the Cal Poly CIE SBDC. Thank you to Greg Herman, Laura Fiedler, and Mackenzie Taft from the City of SLO, Matt Pontes from the County of SLO, and Michelle Shorman from the SLO City Council for being here tonight. This event is an opportunity for us to showcase the Central California as the entrepreneurship hub that has truly become for startups in tech and innovation. Again, thank you for supporting these phenomenal entrepreneurs. Before our top 6 finalists start their pitches, I wanted to go over a few ways all of you can participate this evening. For everyone joining on YouTube, let us know where you're joining from and feel free to give a shout out to our finalists. Tonight, our investor group will be selecting the winner of AngelCon 2025. But we are also inviting all of you to vote for your favorite startup that will receive the Audience Choice Award. Voting will open after all startups have pitched. Only those of you who have registered before today and provided a unique email address will be able to participate. Not only can you vote, but you can also donate to the GoFundMe campaign to support the startup that wins the Audience Choice Award. Thank you to Pacific Premier Bank for sponsoring this campaign. Now, anyone can donate to support our finalists. Instructions on how to donate are up on your screen, available on YouTube in the event description, and for in-person attendees located on the handouts we provided. You can check the QR code. We are currently at $250. Last year, the audience raised $1,500, so let's beat that amount. We are now very excited to present our first startup. Let's please welcome Benjamin Arts with Mr. Turtle. Thank you.
We have a single-use plastic packaging problem. We buy 10 pounds of plastic every single grocery trip. We all love our little containers, right? We're buying our dedicated brands. Well, it's leading us to buy 67 billion pounds of plastic every single year. just within the United States alone. And just, I don't know, to make all of it worse, it's filling up landfills, it's filling up oceans, it's filling up our bodies with microplastics. It's currently the single largest threat to our marine life. And to make all of it worse, you're paying for the problem. If you buy a jug of detergent at the store right now, 10% of the cost is going to be freight and shipping. 60% of the cost is going to be the cleaning products itself. That's the stuff that you actually want, the stuff that's going to be cleaning your clothes. Well, and 30% of the cost is going to be the plastic packaging. Brands want plastic in your house. It's brand recognition, it's valuable to them. But it is forcing you as a customer to continue buying plastic over and over and over again just to throw it away. Introducing Mr. Turtle. By placing refill stations in laundry locations and retail stores, we can provide customers with a more affordable, sustainable, and accessible way to get their cleaning products. Think back to that old jug of detergent. Instead of throwing it away, simply bring it over to the store. Bring it to one of our Mr. Turtle refill stations. Now, 100% of your purchase is going towards the stuff that you actually want, the cleaning products. And we knew we had to make this easy, right? Convenience is key. You just select Start, go ahead, submit your payment, select the product that you want. Laundry detergent, hand soap, dish soap, anything along those lines, and boom, you are refilling. It's the more affordable way of doing things and the more sustainable way. So now we know what Mr. Turtle does for a customer, right? It's the more sustainable, affordable, and accessible way to get all of your cleaning products. But we need to place these machines somewhere. You need to go refill this somewhere. So we need to convince locations. Well, that means we're convincing a business. Right now, grocery stores make a 1 to 3% margin or less on cleaning products. Well, with the Mr. Turtle machine, they can make up to 35%, all without lifting a finger. And on top of this, Mr. Turtle has shown to bring sustainability-focused customers to the store. It's higher foot traffic, higher customer retention. Both obviously amazing things. But now the business side of it. Mr. Turtle currently sells these machines for $3,500. We make a 60% gross margin on this. And then on top of this, we can sell the products in the machine. We currently have a 30% product or profit margin on that product itself. And then lastly, this machine is smart. It will tell you when it's running low. And it will go ahead and notify us in our dashboard when you are running low. We simply send you a new bucket to restock your machine, and that is it. Only at $5 per month. Okay, so this thing isn't based on dreams. It's a real business. It's already out there. We currently have 5 machines, 4 here locally within San Luis Obispo and 1 over in Oregon. So now we can say that we're national. But that means we have real data with real customers with real machines. Well, in March 2025, at a local grocer, the San Luis Obispo Food Co-op, we did $382 on the station. At a 32% profit margin, it's looking pretty good for us. But just to go ahead and graph it out a little bit more, we currently have a 30% month growth month over month. The machines are doing amazing. People are noticing that there is a problem, they want to do something about the problem, and they are doing something about the problem. They are going out and refilling. Okay, but now I'm talking local. I'm talking small grocery store. We still love the slow food co-op, but let's say a Whole Foods. We can forecast a $850 per month. Well, it's super simple for us to hit. And then with economies of scale, we can have a 40% profit margin, giving us a payback period on the machine of only 8 months. Well, that might not mean too much, but let me put that into perspective. If a store right now buys a vending machine, it's an 18-month payback period. This is so much quicker. So now, we know that we can place 100 machines by the end of this year, allowing us to hit 7 figures just in year 4 alone. Okay, we're talking business, right? We're talking the locations that we're placing this thing in. Retail stores, that's a grocery store, a marketplace, a laundromat. Well, there's 5,500 of those in California alone. And that's our primary market. That's what we're focusing on. But with those primary market locations, we're focusing on our secondary market very soon of high-density complexes, like an apartment complex, a like a campus, like a student campus, and hygiene banks. Okay, with those 5,500 locations in California alone, at $850 per month times 12 months for a year, we have a $56 million serviceable market size in California alone. But I hate that number. It's difficult to explain. I like it more on a Ben to you level, where I can go ahead and really explain this thing. In 2023, 8% of Americans were refilling. In 2024, 17% of Americans were refilling. That's an almost 100% increase in American refillers. And once again, to reiterate, that means people notice that there is a problem, they want to do something about it, and they are doing something about it. But a strong market obviously doesn't come without strong competition. But if you look at the competition of Automaticos, Algramo, and Wonderfill, they missed the mark. Mr. Turtle was built on customer research. We found out that, well, they valued 4 main things. And if you compare us to the competition, we currently have the easiest restocking method, the lowest cost of machine, the smallest footprint, and we flat pack distribute. That means we can send this thing anywhere in the United States of America, and realistically beyond. So my name is Benjamin Arts. Thank you for having me here. And together with my co-founders, Michael Hennessy and Colin Brown, we created Mr. Turtle. Now, we're hiring people in software engineering, marketing, and sales, and truly building this thing out. And we couldn't do it without our amazing mentors. And these are some key people. Alex is the co-founder of Sense. He's currently in 1 of 12 laundromats. Mark Sisler is the director of sales over at PayRange. He's in 1 of 8 laundromats. Together with them, we know that we could target the laundromat retail space. And then we have Mike Harvey. He's currently the provider of cleaning products in our station. It's organic certified, plant-based, it's green, it's amazing product, and he's been an amazing support throughout all of this. And then lastly, we have Petros. He ran a refill business on the East Coast for 8 years, but it recently closed due to engineering problems. He's now telling us exactly what to focus on, what to avoid to make sure we can succeed. Okay, so 5 locations, 4 in SLO, 1 in Oregon, national. Waste management grant funding for $10,000, 9 LOIs for 13 new machines, 5,000 fluid ounces already sold to about 600 customers, and about 50 pounds of plastic saved. But that's 50 pounds of plastic just at the SLO Food Co-op for 6 months. Imagine what we can save at scale. So today we are raising $250,000 post-safe at a $1.5 million valuation cap. This is going towards really meeting that back order of demand for the machines, increasing Marcom spend, paying our amazing employees that you can find throughout today's event, continuing to develop this machine and really focusing on IP. So join us at Mr. Turtle as we tackle the single-use plastic packaging problem. Thank you.
That was great, Ben. I would like to thank one of our sponsors, Central Coast Ventures, which is a group of over 30 investors from the local region with a diverse domain expertise that share an interest in supporting the vision and growth of innovative companies connected to the Central Coast. Since its formation in late 2022, CCV, an early stage investment fund focused on innovation here in the Central Coast, has funded 11 companies in a variety of industries. CCV's portfolio also includes past AngelCon finalists NovaCuff, Tally4, Nextera Tech, Passion Footwear, and Little Feet Packaging. Thank you to one of our title sponsors, Central Coast Ventures. Next up, thank you. Next up, we have Jake Daniels, CEO of Greensight Technologies.
Hi everyone, I'm Jake Daniels. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Greensight Technologies, and we are helping electronics recycling and IT asset disposition facilities separate electronic devices that are valuable from those that are not. Every year, $62 billion worth of electronics are going to waste. There's an entire industry that exists solely to recapture some of this value by reselling and recycling millions of electronics from business technology refreshes every year. Despite growing at 14% annually, this industry faces a massive problem of their own. These facilities are reliant on inefficient and outdated processes that are creating a massive bottleneck. They're trying to do what should be done to every electronic device, which is offered a second life. But here's what's happening. Technicians on the warehouse floor of these facilities are having to manually identify, price, and decide whether to sell or shred each device. And they're using a predefined threshold that's extremely subjective. They're given a limited window of time to make a decision. Call it 60 seconds. That is not long enough to make an accurate decision about what should happen to each device. And so they're having to resort to guesswork. This means that valuable devices are frequently being destroyed while worthless ones are being repaired, resulting in unnecessary expenses and missed revenue. At Greensight, we envision a world where technology doesn't have a one-way ticket to the landfill, but instead, every device flows through an intelligent, circular economy where their value is maximized at every step. And here's how we're doing that. We're starting with our Scan for Value mobile app, which allows a technician to sort electronic devices faster and more accurately. They can take a couple photos of a device in order to identify it. We recommend taking 3 photos, one of the device's serial number, one of the model number, and one of the entire device. Once they do this, we suggest a routing decision, or what to do with each device, using their predefined threshold and the live market pricing data that we pull about the device. We also extract the serial number for them for asset tracking purposes. If any information is incorrect, the technician can make a manual edit and then reprice the device in order to get an updated routing suggestion. This is where we're starting, but here's what's next. We're taking this core technology and integrating it into our customers' existing conveyor belt systems. That sounds complicated, but it's basically putting a high-quality camera over a conveyor belt and connecting it with our software. We are also training 2 proprietary machine learning models, one for cosmetic condition grading in order to detect scratches and issues with, like, say, a keyboard on a laptop, things like that. That's all done manually right now. It's an extremely subjective process. The second is a pricing model that will improve the routing suggestions that we are making for the devices. As we begin to process thousands, then hundreds of thousands, and finally millions of electronics, we're essentially building a data warehouse. All of the data that we collect will be used to train and improve our machine learning models and eventually assist with critical material identification, which will be used when devices are getting scrapped. The more our products are used, the better they become, which means we're essentially deepening our competitive advantage. Right now, electronics are commodities, but they're not being treated that way in this industry. But by doing so, we are creating the Kelley Blue Book of electronics, which just doesn't exist right now. But it will disrupt the way this industry operates. Using this data, we can ensure that every device's value is maximized at every step. We are applying this vision to one of the largest but most overlooked industries in tech, the e-waste management industry, which is worth $58 billion globally. It can be broken down into 2 key segments, electronics recycling and IT asset disposition, and we're starting with the latter. These facilities are responsible for erasing data on old devices, and then they try to resell them. There are about 1,000 of these facilities in the US, and they process over 200 million devices every year. With our current Scan for Value mobile app, we project we'll save about $4 a device, which translates to immediate $800 million in value. Over the last, whoa. I don't know what I hit, but I did something. Yeah, we're on the traction. Yeah, that's fine. Promise I'm not touching anything. Sorry about that, guys. Over the last year and a half, we've spoken to over 100 individuals in this industry, and we've validated that over 90% of these facilities would benefit from these solutions. We're about to begin beta testing with 3 companies, and we have letters of intent with 5 companies who have agreed to explore a paid pilot program with us, including one with the world's largest IT asset disposition company, who we have already done a live demo for and met with their US leadership team. We're now exploring next steps with them. The next slide. We provide value in 2 key ways. We reduce our customers' expenses and we increase their revenue, effectively improving their margins. And this is a very low margins industry, so this is extremely valuable for our customers. And our pricing model reflects that. We have a tiered subscription model that allows a facility to scan up to a certain number of devices a month. For our standard plan, that's 5,000 devices, and it comes out to about $1 a device in revenue for us. This pricing has been validated through industry experts. Like I mentioned, we are starting with beta testing in the next month. The goal here is to validate or prove the product stability and then roll those into paid pilots. From there, we will convert users into long-term enterprise customers. This is a highly relationship-driven industry, so our go-to-market plan reflects that. We'll be present at the iTide Summit in July, which is the largest conference for our space. We'll have a booth, we'll be demoing our product, and from there, we'll be basically trying to sell this product. By the end of the year, we're expecting to do about 50,000 devices a month, and by the end of next year, when we launch our conveyor belt solution, we'll be scaling this to about 300,000 devices. We're expecting our first revenue this summer with our initial paid pilots, and we'll scale to just under $50,000 in monthly revenue by the end of the year. By the end of next year, with the launch of the conveyor belt solution, and with some larger enterprise deals that are already in the works, we'll be doing just under $400,000 in monthly revenue. As for our team, I'm our CEO. I have a technical background, but before Greensight, I ran an e-commerce company. Diego is our CTO, and he's leading all of our R&D, has a background in computer vision, machine learning, embedded systems, and robotics. Mackenzie is our VP of engineering, and she has development and cloud experience at Amazon and is leading all of our software development as well as our team of developers. We're being advised by Steve Villarango, Ian Alexander, and Mark Hudson. Steve and Ian have backgrounds in B2B SaaS and have been helping with our go-to-market strategy and our product development strategy. Mark is the general manager of Tech Defenders, one of our beta partners. He's also a fellow Cal Poly alum and has been helping ensure that what we develop will benefit this entire industry. This industry is at a unique position. It's a pivotal moment. OEMs, software platforms, and the largest IT asset disposition companies in the industry are all consolidating right now. They're trying to defragment, but they can't do that without the solutions that we are trying to provide, which puts us in a unique position. Our team has deep industry knowledge and connections, as well as the technical expertise to build these solutions. We are extremely passionate about addressing the growing crisis of electronic waste, and we have strong traction within the industry, and we have rallied some of the industry leaders behind our vision. With the growing global supply chain volatility with tariffs, export bans, you name it, and the rising demand of critical materials, the world needs smarter reuse now more than ever. We are uniquely positioned to disrupt the way that electronics are being recovered and reused. But we can only do that with financial backing, which is why we're raising $400,000 right now to capitalize on this momentum and this opportunity. This funding will allow us to get through all of our beta testing, all of our pilot programs, and scale beyond just the early adopters that we're already working with. Thank you for this incredible opportunity and helping us bring our dream to life.
Thank you, Jake, and sorry about those technical difficulties. Didn't he do such a great job through that? So just a reminder that tonight's event is hosted by the Cal Poly CIE Small Business Development Center. At the SBDC, we provide free business advising and training services to any entrepreneur or business owner in San Luis Obispo County. Our next hybrid event is Coffee and Conversations on May 7th. We will have a panel of this year's investors share the reasons why they chose the AngelCon winner and share stories about their experience participating in AngelCon. So please register and join us for this next free event. Now, let's hear from Latifa McQuiggan, CEO of VizualEyes.
Hi, everybody. This camera fits on any microscope in the world. And you may ask, so what? Our starting point is dentistry, but there's many other areas that we will enter. The reason is, the problem is, dentists work with outdated, antiquated microscopes. They're not digital. They're still analog. They're not ergonomic. 7 years lost to disability, which translates to about $1.5 million in loss of income. Think about it, $1.5 million. 60% report back pain. I just had a dentist come talk to me, and he says all the dentists have back problems. And it's not intelligent. When I say that, they're like they were 30 years ago, no change. We all have smartphones in our hands, but yet these microscopes still do one thing. They magnify the field. That's it. So, what is our solution? We remove the binoculars from these microscopes, replace this camera. It's a smart 3D camera. The camera captures what they do under the microscopes, puts it up on a 3D screen. They're sitting upright, comfortable, looking at a screen to work versus down into the mouth. This is digital, this is ergonomic, this is comfortable. You see him up there looking at the screen. He is one of our customers. Now, this camera is also designed to be intelligent. The best analogy I can say is like a smartphone. Smartphones enable us to download hundreds of apps. And so the plan for us is to add software apps. This is in our product roadmap. Sometimes I hear, I don't invest in hardware. This is a smartphone. There is opportunity for software. We will add software. There are many benefits of having a digital system. Obviously, we've all come to taking it for granted. We all have smartphones in our hands, but microscopes are still analog that have been used in dentistry and in many other areas. So what are some of the benefits? Well, for one thing, they can take a picture. They can share the picture with the patient. They can show the patient what they did, what needs to be done. And they can document the case. They can collaborate with their colleagues. The camera also has Wi-Fi connectivity. It enables telehealth. And this will also be the development for the cloud-based services in the future. I am so happy to say this is one of my favorite slides. We are a revenue stage. We have sold systems. We've done demos. We've taken the feedback. We will incorporate the feedback into product updates and keep improving the product and get a lot of these out there in the field. Dentistry, generally I hear, oh, it's not a big enough market. I'm telling you, it is a big market. There's riches made in niches. The TAM, or total addressable market, it's $2.4 billion. All these microscopes are analog. This is an opportunity for us to update, upgrade, to make them digital, ergonomic, intelligent. That ends up being DEI, you'll remember this one, the acronym, are obtainable are the microscopes in use in dentistry. They're the endodontist perform root canals by endodontist, and they're the one performing root canals. So that's the obtainable market. Here's another area. They're like, oh, dentistry is not big. It is big, but this same camera can go on a slit lamp in ophthalmology, can go on industrial cameras, can go on lab microscopes. So the opportunities are out there. Our starting point is dentistry. In eye care alone, the TAM, or total addressable market, is $5 billion. And there's already a reimbursement code. Our plan is to enter these other markets with a partner who's already leading in these other areas. Our ideal customer in dentistries are very well defined. They are microscope-using dentists, dentists with back neck problems, and teaching programs. We generate leads by going to where they are, where they go. As some of you have seen my demo, seeing is believing. When you put those glasses on, 99% of the time, I hear, oh, wow. And so we really need to show this. And trade shows, industry events, that's where we go to generate our leads until at least we have brand awareness. We're selling direct today. The plan is to sell through distributors as soon as we have some kinks worked out. Our revenue model today, we're selling a platform consists of a smart 3D camera, a 3D monitor, our base visualization software to dentists. It's a B2B for $20,000. Margin is 60%. We have identified ways to reduce cost, and that the cost will keep coming down. In the future, we will continue selling the platform, the system, I call it, but also add software and use of AI so that we have a recurrent revenue model. I also really like this slide because I get to say we're the only one doing a retrofit solution. I scan the market constantly. There's no one else doing a retrofit. And as I've said, there's thousands and thousands of microscopes out there that we could upgrade, update, enhance. There are companies offering a completely brand new digital microscopes, 3D microscopes. However, their price point is 2x to 4x as much. And the dentist would have to get rid of his microscope. 5-year revenue forecast for this year, assuming we get funded, assuming I get 3 additional sale hires and engineering, I forecast about 20 units. We see break even by 2027. That's when also the software revenue starts coming in. And by year 2029, we have revenue of $25 million with EBITDA of $11 million. We're selling it as a non-medical device today, which is fantastic. It gets us revenue. Though in our roadmap, we do have FDA Class 1, which is self-registration. You get your paperwork ready and you file. And FDA Class 2 when we have diagnostic tools. This is the team. I have done this before, very similar. I spent a decade marketing, commercializing a similar product at a previous company. And my partners are, I call them technical 3D gurus. Mike Weisman was a founder of a company called True Vision. I was one of his first employees. We successfully commercialized a 3D system to ophthalmologists. We had a successful exit in 2018 to an ophthalmic company while continuing to address the need in neurosurgery. There was a spun-off. I shared this to say that we foresee a double exit, 2 exit. We're keeping our fixed costs down and our general and administrative down, but also we have roughly quarter of our 2025 budget going to engineering, quarter to cost of goods, quarter to marketing. Our exit strategy is to be acquired, multiple exit. In dentistry, a company selling in dentistry, generally they're not active in other areas. In eye care and industry, timeline is 3 to 5 years. We're raising $1 million in a seed round on a safe. Valuation cap is 9.5 with 20% discount. Thank you.
Thank you, Latifa. A large core of the CIE and SBDC staff, as well as a number of the startups you are seeing here tonight, work in downtown SLO at the Hot House. It's an awesome space where we offer co-working and free coffee. So if you're interested in flexible workspace and would like to rent an office or a desk at the Hot House, please visit the CIE website or contact us for more information. And if you haven't already heard, we will be moving to a new space on Choro Street in early 2026, so come join us while we still have availability. Next, please meet Lee McKetty, CEO and founder of Essemble.
Hi, everybody, and thanks for being here today. My name is Lee McKetty, and I am the founder and CEO of Essemble. I've worked for over a decade as a project manager and structural engineer, working with highly talented teams, and the norm in the industry is to constantly fight delays and rework and burnout. Why is this? Well, it's because the tools that are used are not the tools that are needed by people in this industry. What they need is cross-company, multi-phase, real-time collaboration. I've created that solution, and I'm excited to share it with you today. The mission of Essemble is to provide one platform for the future of the architecture, engineering, and construction industry. One that provides connected resources and seamless collaboration amongst everybody, regardless of company, project, and team, and allows for end-to-end solutions so that everybody who's using Essemble can stay in Essemble from project start to project completion. Currently, the project management solutions for the AEC industry are simply broken. Project teams are wasting their time fixing errors due to inefficiencies due to their communication. They're using tons of emails, sending it back and forth. Information is stuck within emails, separate applications. Due to the complexity of the workflows of a construction project, companies and people are coming in and out of a project. And on top of that, companies are using their own mixture of different solutions for software. They're having to integrate it themselves, and everybody has their own separate solutions. This creates a big mess. As a result, the US industry loses over hundreds of billions of dollars annually due to these inefficiencies, and it's unacceptable, and it can be changed, and I have a solution for it. The solution is Essemble, one platform for every phase of construction for every shareholder on any device. How is this done? Well, it's done because it's 100% cloud-based, and from the ground up, it's designed for true project collaboration, where anybody can come in and use the software and provides a full suite of features that allows them to work on projects and, most importantly, work together. Not only that, but because it's a business-to-business connectivity framework, it allows for real, powerful network effects. Companies who use it have cross-company collaboration. They're able to share and centralize information for a project, and that's going to create unique value and community through it. The more that companies refer out and get other companies to use it, the greater the benefit. Not only that, reducing the number of software that a company uses greatly improves efficiency, reduces cost, and just simplifies the whole process for onboarding and training. And in terms of competitive edge, all of these other pieces of software are either super general and require a lot of training and a lot of adoption time in order to get to work for the specific needs of our industry, or they're super niche. So in order for them to compete with me, they'd really have to refactor their code to be as connected and be as focused on collaboration as Essemble is. So where do we start? Well, the lowest hanging fruit, the greatest pain points, and the least competition is in small to mid-sized businesses and pre-construction. They have no go-to solution. There's no affordable solution. And so this is where we're going to really target. In terms of customer acquisition, it's going to be those mid to small sized businesses focusing mostly on architecture and engineering at first in the United States. In terms of our go-to market, we're going to be focusing on referrals and providing in-app incentives and promotions, as well as going to trade shows, hosting webinars, demos, and your typical SEO. And the global AC software market right now is at around $10 billion, expected to grow to $22 billion in 2033. And the US AEC market is expected to grow from $3 billion to $6 billion in 2030. If we're looking at just 10% of the market of only the architecture and engineering firms, and of those small to mid-sized businesses at $60 a month, we're looking at MRR of over $5 million. Looking at revenue projections, if we're looking at even just a 10-year span at a standard growth rate of about 7%, we could be looking at MRRs of upwards of over $20 million. In terms of the business model, it's your standard go-to B2B SaaS revenue model. I'm currently in soft launch that was done back in January of this year. We offer freemium services to clients and consultants of companies who are paying for it. Offer a standard base monthly subscription rate of $60 a month right now, and it's single tier. And the next model is going to be our hard launch, probably in around August, where we offer client and consultant portals as well, a demo, and we're going to expand and also add enterprise subscriptions, as well as additional fees due to customization and onboarding. So in terms of traction, already deployed, it's live, people are using it. Only about 20% left to get to the full feature set. We currently have 10 active users from 4 different companies in the solar industry, and it's been great because they all work together, which helps validate the connectivity and also provides the ability for me to refine my product market fit. I'm a solo founder. I have over 15 years experience in project management and engineering, and I've worked for high-profile projects for SpaceX, Chevron, and I have an amazing advisory board that's helping out with marketing and sales. And also somebody who's a veteran in the industry, just worked at Autodesk, Epic Games. So Essemble is raising its first funding round of $400,000 via SAFE, and the funds will help support the remaining product development and get us to hard launch. In terms of the percent allocation, we're looking at about 50% for marketing and sales, 30% for product development, and the remaining 20% for operations and overhead. In terms of the execution plan, it's going to be an 18-month period that can be broken up into first the building phase where we finish the product. We get the consultants that we need to get going. The second will be launching, doing our hard launch, acquiring customers, testing out the marketing, and then the third would be scaling that, optimizing the whole system, getting ready to acquire actual full-time hires, and preparing ourselves for Series A investment if needed, or any viable partnerships or acquisitions. So, in summary, milestones complete. We're going to complete the product feature set, fully launch with paid plans, onboard at least 20 more companies and its users, establish good MRR growth and KPI growth there too, and then position for what's next. In terms of partnerships and acquisitions, here's just a kind of summary of some of the places it could come from. Could be large AEC firms that are already established and looking to adopt or partner with a new and innovative technology. Team management software that is more general but is wanting to get more into a niche market like the AC market, or manufacturers in the AC market who buy software to help promote their own branding and sell their own products. So with that, I invite you to join the project collaboration revolution. This is a great opportunity because the AEC industry is massive and growing. Small to mid-sized businesses don't have a go-to clear solution. The construction industry naturally drives networking effects, and Essemble is live and nearing completion and is solving a problem that is costing hundreds of billions of dollars just in the US. So with that, I'd like to say thank you and have a good night.
Thanks, Lee. We would like to take this time to give a shout out to Quantum Energy, a past AngelCon finalist and the 2025 Cal Poly CIE SBDC Business of the Year Award winner. This was for their commitment to revolutionizing the clean energy economy. Register to watch and see if they win the Central California Regional SBDC Award on May 9th. Next, please welcome Sean Tanaka, CEO of Castlelock Corporation.
Hi everyone, my name is Sean Tanaka and I'm the founder and CEO of Castlelock Corporation, where we are saving lives by reinventing firearm safety in the United States. Here are the facts. In the United States, there are actually more firearms in the US than there are people. And of those firearms, more than half are currently not stored securely. And that's because the current safety solutions are just not good enough. As a result, for the third year in a row, firearms have become the leading cause of death for children in the United States. This isn't just a statistic or a number. One of these people was my friend, and it could have been prevented. As a result, from that point, I made it my life's mission to solve this problem. And I think the solution to this problem lies somewhere in the middle ground, somewhere where we can all agree on, which is firearm safety. I spoke to hundreds of gun owners in the search of trying to solve this problem and understand it. And so in that process, I learned that gun owners need 4 things in a firearm safety device. First, it must be secure. So the gun owner needs to know that they have peace of mind that the actual firearm will be secure when they're storing it in their home. Number 2, they need to be able to have quick access to the firearm when they need it. Most gun owners actually purchase a firearm for the sake of protecting their family. But by simply introducing a firearm to the household, it simultaneously causes them anxiety around its storage. Number 3, no installation required, no tools. It needs to be stupidly convenient for people to actually implement this solution. And number 4, transportability. So a gun owner actually needs to be able to transport their firearm from point A to point B. And that could be via car or via plane. And it also, in the process, needs to abide by all the applicable laws. So what's out there currently? On one end of the spectrum, you have the cable lock. And while it's extremely affordable, you get what you pay for, and you can actually snip it with garden shears, which are found around the house, and people do. On the other end of the spectrum, you have gun safes. Gun safes, well, they're actually very secure, and I actually highly recommend them. They are very expensive, costing thousands of dollars, taking up a load of real estate in your home, and good luck transporting them. Somewhere in the middle is a trigger lock. While it actually works in theory, it doesn't work in reality. A trigger lock actually clamps around the trigger of the firearm while the gun can still be loaded and chambered. That's even more unsafe. So this is what firearm safety looks like in the United States today. Tomorrow, this is what it'll look like with Castlelock. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Castlelock. It is the first biometric chamber lock where it actually secures into the chamber of the firearm. So if somebody actually tries to break this off, an unwanted user with a hammer tries to break it off, they'll actually in the process break key components of the firearm, rendering it inert. Now, we have 3 different patents, first of which is patent approved. The second one, we have a notice of allowance from the United States Patent and Trademark Office. And then the third one is patent pending. What we were patenting was first, the tamper-resistant locking system. So to put it shortly, if you break the Castlelock, you break the gun. That's the peace of mind. The second is a emergency unlock function. So in the very minuscule chance that biometric does not read, or let's say that you have a dead battery, then you have a way to get into your firearm when you need it. And number 3, we are the fastest from fully secure to ready to fire safety device in the world, making it an ideal solution for both civilians and also law enforcement and military. Now, I'm very excited to talk to y'all about our sales channels. When it comes to our sales channels, we talk to hundreds of gun stores. And this was our customer development. But what we were really doing was we were just building relationships. In that process, we learned that in the state of California, amongst other states, it's actually mandated by the Department of Justice that each device be sold with a certified firearm safety device. So that's every firearm must have a safety device. Now, if ours is the best, we win that point of sale. Because we didn't make something that's just better, we made something that's a lot better. And just to prove that, we got over 1,000 pre-sales in just 1 month of demoing this to gun stores in that channel alone. Now, we took that momentum and we moved it forward to firearm manufacturers at the actual source of production of these firearms. And we actually were able to start to close the white label deal with the largest AR-15 manufacturer in the state of California. So that means when that actual box is shipped with that firearm, it will be shipping with the Castlelock. Now, moving on to number 3, firing ranges. So I myself was a range safety officer for a couple of years while I was in college because I figured if I'm going to be doing customer development as a broke college kid, might as well get paid. And so I was able to learn a lot about the application on a live firing range. Now, moving on to number 4, I also have a military background along with my co-founder, and so we understand the government applications that it has both in law enforcement and in the military. Now, when we're looking at the gun safety market, it is a $3.88 billion market. That's just in the safety side of firearms alone. Now, it's going to be growing at a 6% growth rate, but the important thing to note about this is that out of that growth, we're talking biometrics accommodating for a majority of that segment in growth, and we're going to be already ahead of the curve when it comes to the future trends of firearm safety. Now, we're not just going to stop at the AR-15. The reason we started here is because of a lot of reasons, half emotional, half rational, but in terms of why, there are actually 35 million AR-15s currently in circulation in the United States. That's around 1 in 20 Americans owning an AR-15. And of the recent firearms being sold, 1 in every 5 is an AR-15. So for us, you make it for one, you make it for all. So by making it for one AR-15, it is military specifications, so it covers all the AR-15s by making one product. But we're not just going to stop at the AR-15. We're moving on to other hunting rifles, shotguns, and pistols, so nobody gets left behind when it comes to firearm safety. Now, in terms of our financials, at scale, we're going to be producing these at around $35 per unit. And we're going to be selling it via a business-to-business model to the actual gun stores at around $100, where they will be selling it to their actual consumers at the end product of $149.99. Now, for us, we're going to be looking at both business-to-business and business-to-consumer channels, and we want to make sure that we have both a product line with mechanical and biometric features that can move out to the public. Now, it's easy to see a major problem in the world and think someone with more money and more power is going to be the one to solve it. But evidently, that's just not the case. These are the people that work with me every day, knowing that the work they do today will save a life tomorrow, especially my co-founder. So, funny story. So my first investor, he told me when it comes to building a team that, Sean, you should be the dumbest person at your company by your first hire. So I did just that. So we took on a co-founder, Matt Phillips. Matt Phillips served 12 years serving in the Green Berets in the U.S. Army Special Forces. And so he's taking that experience as a weapons sergeant and bringing it to help save lives here in our community. Now, one thing that I'd like to point out is that he has a vision. He has a very strong vision as to what we are doing, why we are doing it. But more importantly, he also knows how we are going to do it. So this is the team that you're investing in. Now, how are we going to use the funding? We're raising $2 million via a SAFE, in which $500,000 has already been invested, and we are currently in negotiations to close a $2 million SAFE. Now, we are going to try to oversubscribe because right now, our demand is here, and we have a supply that's just eagerly awaiting to catch up. So that's what the funding is going to be used for. Now, I just want to take a moment to say, if there's anything that I said today that resonates with you, especially regarding our mission, please come talk to me after, or come talk to Matt, as you guys are the reason why we're able to be here today. So I just want to say thank you to the community, and thank you so much to Slow AngelCon. Thank you, appreciate it.
That's great, Sean. On May 29th, the SBDC is presenting a hybrid workshop led by Mitch Emerson, SBDC lead advisor, who will present how to make strategic business decisions for entrepreneurs and small business owners. You can scan the QR code or visit our website to register. Now, last but not least, please welcome Connor Heffler, CEO of ODIN Diagnostics.
Good evening, y'all, and thanks for being here. My name is Connor Heffler, and I'm the proud founder and CEO of ODIN Diagnostics, where we help athletic trainers conduct rapid concussion assessments to keep their athletes healthy and avoid life-altering concussions. So I've been an athlete for, heck, as long as I can remember, and I'm a huge advocate of sports because of all they have to offer. I can definitely say that sports have helped bring me to where I am today, and that's why I'm personally so passionate about keeping athletes safe so that they can play the game they love for as long as possible. So this is my friend Nick. When he was playing high school football a few years back, he took a particular concussion, a particular hit that made his bell ring, as people say. And his athletic trainers used this archaic concussion checklist when evaluating him for a concussion. This particular concussion was missed, and he continued playing on. A few weeks later, though, he took another hit, and this time, it left him with permanent brain damage. Nick had a concussion that went undiagnosed, and he never should have been put back in this game. But he was, and that's when he took this hit. Nick has suffered from chronic headaches, memory loss, anxiety, and neck pain ever since. Successive concussions, especially when not properly diagnosed, leave athletes at an increased risk of permanent brain damage, as you can see on the deteriorated brain on the right. Having suffered just a single concussion increases the likelihood of later being diagnosed with all these different conditions later in life. And these numbers just compound with multiple concussions. One concussion can be harmful, but multiple concussions can be life-changing. And this is a huge problem, as it is estimated that there are 3.8 million sport-related concussions each year. 1 in 5 high school athletes get a concussion each year, and 50% of all concussions go undetected. This is the mother of Andre Waters. Her son Andre was a 12-year NFL veteran who was diagnosed with chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, after suffering over 15 undetected concussions. Andre later took his own life. No one saw this coming. But this isn't just happening in football either, though. Millions of athletes across sports of all kinds are at risk because our current diagnostic tools are failing athletes. They're completely subjective, allow athletes to be dishonest about their symptoms to get back to play, and they're very time-consuming. Over the last year and a half, we've conducted interviews with over 100 athletic trainers and experts in this space who see this every day, and who are actively looking for a better solution. And that's where ODIN comes in. A sideline-ready virtual reality headset that uses eye-tracking technology and AI to objectively detect concussions in less than 5 minutes. So the brain plays a critical role in visual processing and controlling eye movements, meaning that a brain injury will directly affect how the eyes function. We are revolutionizing concussion detection with our patent-pending battery of eye-tracking tests developed around decades of research showing that certain abnormal eye movements are indicative of concussions. So here's how it works. Once there's suspicion of a concussion, an athlete will simply put on the ODIN headset and perform a series of visual tasks, and our device will determine the likelihood that they have a concussion and provide an impartial recommendation for their athletic trainer to decide whether to put them back in the game or hold them out. So our customers are athletic trainers, the main stakeholders facilitating these purchases for high school athletic programs. Our preliminary projections show that we can be substantially profitable with this pricing model. As we continue to evolve into more of a software company, we will base our model solely off of our annual recurring revenue from our software subscriptions. with the goal of being compatible with any off-the-shelf VR headset and other eye tracking technologies. Now let me walk you through what the next couple of years will hold for you as an investor in ODIN. So currently we are conducting our pilot study with our minimum viable product at a local concussion clinic and are training our diagnostic model. We're also now in discussions with 2 sites for our clinical study for 2026, and we aim to finalize these arrangements as soon as possible. We're also now working with an FDA consultant who has successfully cleared over 100 medical devices to assist us in getting our device cleared as a Class 2 medical device through the 510(k) pathway, which will pave the way for our launch thereafter. There are a wide range of athletic organizations that will greatly benefit from our solution, spanning all the way from professional sports franchises to youth athletic organizations like AYSO that oversee over 650,000 youth athletes across the country, to even ski resorts. In addition to securing patent protection for our device, my own personal connections in the athletic space in our CRM database that geocodes and has the contact information for over 21,000 high school athletic programs across the country will give us a strong competitive edge in this space. Once we go to market, we will first do a beta program with 10 high school athletic programs in California, 8 of which we've already identified and have letters of intent from. By the end of 2027, we'll be targeting 200 high school athletic programs. So to put it in perspective for you guys, there's 1,700 total high school athletic programs in California, and closing on just 200 of them means we need a close rate of about 12%, which we think is very doable to get us going, and that we can far exceed this. Then we will scale across the West Coast to thousands more high school athletic programs. And we also anticipate that by this point, the 220 collegiate athletic programs will definitely be wanting this as well. And eventually, we will scale to the South. Now, the South is a huge hotspot for sports programs with a very high concentration of customers. Our early customer development in this region indicated that these schools in the South wanted multiple headsets for each of their athletic teams. And our ultimate goal is a national launch across the high school market. We envision the ODIN headset being mandated to be in the medical packs of every athletic trainer across the country. By 2031, our goal is to be in 3 different markets, taking 15% market share from the high school market, 3% market share from the collegiate market, and 1% market share from the youth sports market. We're currently working with a manufacturer who can not only handle our sales volume in the early days, but can also scale with us to over 40,000 units as we grow. And we plan to continue to work with strategic partners such as the Los Angeles Unified School District, the 2nd largest school district in the country. By 2031, our goal is to hit at least $10 million in annual recurring revenue alone from our software subscriptions. And the high school market, what I just told you guys about, is this little circle on the left. As we continue to break into youth, collegiate, and professional sports, we will get to these billion-dollar markets. And we are ready to take over this space, as our device will be completely non-invasive, portable enough to be used anywhere, and it will offer one transparent concussion metric that is easy to interpret with just minimal product training. And we have received a tremendous amount of industry traction in this process already. We secured 8 letters of intent, locking in 8 high schools who will be assisting us during our data collection phase and who will be our first beta customers. There are many promising exit strategies for us, given our high technology potential and unique approach at addressing this untapped market demanding a better solution. We're an attractive acquisition target for medical device companies and digital health platforms with the potential for licensing deals or a high-value buyout. And our team is equipped to make this happen. I am truly grateful to be tackling this huge problem alongside some amazing and very talented engineers, and to also have such a stacked advisory board with experts in business development, clinical, and regulatory affairs. The future is destined for success, but we cannot get to this success without financial backing. That is why we're asking for $500,000 on a post-money safe. Over the next 12 months, this will enable us to complete substantial regulatory, product, and intellectual property milestones. So far, we've raised $50,000 and are looking to build on this momentum so that we can continue to hit the ground running. Not a week goes by where we don't see some concussion-related headline. This is a growing, ongoing epidemic that is leading to long-term harmful consequences. For those of you in the first couple rows, I invite you to reach under your chairs. There you will find photos of athletes whose lives have been forever changed due to multiple undetected concussions and the long-term effects that followed. For Nick, Andre, and millions of others across the globe, my team and I are committed to establishing a more meaningful solution to help mitigate compounding brain damage in athletes, and we will not stop until this is accomplished. We are ODIN Diagnostics, and we are redefining concussion care to preserve brain health. Thank you.
Great job, Connor. Big round of applause for all of our finalists. Didn't they do such a great job? Thank you for all of our finalists. They worked so hard over the past 4 months. Not only did they survive 6 weeks of pitch prep boot camp, but we also put them through over a month of due diligence. They did work substantially hard, and we are so extremely proud of all of them. Now that you've seen all of the startups pitch, I would like our investors to please follow Liz and myself to the deliberation room located to the right side of the stage. Now Madison Crum, our program manager, will be right up to walk you through the voting process for the Audience Choice Award. And don't forget, we need to beat last year's GoFundMe campaign of $1,500, so please donate generously. Thank you.
Thank you, Donica, and best of luck to our investors as they begin the tough task of choosing tonight's winner. While the investors deliberate, you get to help decide who takes home the Audience Choice Award, and voting is now officially open. You'll find instructions on the screen, and we also sent an email with your unique voting link. A quick reminder, only attendees who registered before today and provided a unique name and email for each ticket are eligible to vote. Here's how to cast your vote. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to bit.ly/AC25vote. And then on the login screen, your voter ID is your email and your voter key is your last name. Click the login to vote, select your favorite startup, click submit ballot, and you're done. Your vote will be counted automatically. Voting will remain open for the next 10 minutes, right up until we announce the AngelCon 2025 winner. If you're joining us virtually, the voting link is in the YouTube event description, and we're also posting it in the chat right now. Please remember, you can only vote once. After you've voted, be sure to check out the Audience Choice GoFundMe campaign. Your donations will go directly to the winner to support their growing business. More info is up on the screen and in the handout that you received at check-in. If you have any questions, our staff in AngelCon t-shirts are stationed throughout the room, and they are happy to help you. You have the next 8 minutes to vote, and while you do, enjoy some video success stories of our SBDC clients doing amazing work on the Central Coast.
I'm Andrew DeMille, and I'm COO and co-founder of Quantum Energy, Inc. And we provide data and analytics that helps some of the largest clean energy projects get built faster with less risk. And we also help some of the largest buyers of clean power to do so more intelligently and to maximize the return on investment. We are so excited to be the Cal Poly CIE SBDC Business of the Year. What an honor. Over the course of our time working with the SBDC, we've had a number of amazing milestones, and things are now rolling. Quantum is now relevant in the industry with the largest players on the supply side of the market and some of the largest buyers of power on the corporate side. Having the support of the SBDC has truly made the difference in allowing us to make this possible. So I couldn't recommend the SBDC more, and I just want to iterate how grateful we are for the opportunity to be a part of receiving this kind of assistance to de-risk and accelerate Quantum Energy Inc.
My name is Jamie Pierce, and this is the Caffeinated Cat Cafe. We take in adoptable cats from local rescues, and then we allow our community to come in and visit with those cats, and if they fall in love, they can adopt. We have had 33 cats adopted at this point. We've been open just over 2 months now, and 33 adoptions. The Small Business Development Center was so helpful in just helping me put together all my thoughts in my mind and actually make it a reality. The main thing was creating a business plan. I had never done that on my own, and they provided the software, the tools of how to do that, and it was so incredibly helpful. It made a huge difference in so many parts of opening this business. I just don't know how I would have done this without that resource. And when I started planning, I didn't even know it existed, but someone else directed me to the SBDC, and I found, the local one, and it changed everything for me. It made it possible. The fact that it's offered and there's no charge for it, it means so much. So I would 100% recommend it and will.
My name is Nicola Lakai, and I'm the owner and founder of Leo Leo Gelato. We offer up a pre-decorated type of gelato. What that means is we add garnishes and all sorts of chocolate pencil sticks and fruit, so that when the product arrives to our customers, it looks as though it was made there on site. We are also hypersensitive about where we source our ingredients from. One of our most precious partners is actually Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. We source all of our milk directly from their dairy, and then we also incorporate a lot of other ingredients that are grown here on the Central Coast. The Small Business Development Center helped us tremendously through COVID by finding access for a small business like ours to capital and grants that were being made available during the pandemic. I would absolutely recommend everybody to take advantage of the resources that the SBDC offers up to small businesses. They have a wealth of knowledge. They're very good at finding the support that you need and finding the right people that can answer the questions that you need answers to.
My name's Ben Harbing. I am the founder of Ben's Automotive Decor, and we turn car parts into furniture and artwork. So our goal is to help car enthusiasts display their love for their passion with cars in their homes, in their offices, and their garages. So we use entirely real engines. We take them all down and strip them down and clean them up and paint them nice and do all kinds of crazy things. The Small Business Development Center has really been instrumental in many key areas. We've been helped the most in our marketing department. Kristen has been our lead on that, so she's been very helpful. We've met weekly, and it's been huge. They helped us build a really good business plan with like an Excel spreadsheet, a forecasting plan. We've tripled our website traffic through our marketing efforts, so that's definitely a measurable metric that's gone up. Opening up the new gallery, I don't think we'd be here in the new spot without the SBDC's help, so those are two major wins.
My name is Justin Chan. I'm the owner, CEO of Sequel Tea. What we do is cold brew teas. What we started to do is we do a hybrid hot cold brew method that allows all of our tea to be extracted at a much slower pace, but you maximize a lot of the more tender nuances. So what are some of the challenges that the Small Business Development Center helped us in early on? The first biggest one was how do you take a concept, a vision, like a dream into something like an actual tangible business? Jeff Wade was first contact. He was the mentor that's been with us the most over these last 3 years. Having those conversations about how to set up profit loss spreadsheets to acquiring business loans or business licenses, getting all the resources that were needed was the most valuable thing. A success metric the SBDC is helping us in, the biggest one that comes to mind is literally this location. The SoPublic Market was our first location. being able to walk us through and provide really specialized questions, and to have someone that has very strong roots is just such a wealth of knowledge of networking. Being able to take something like a concept to how do we actually start selling this? How do we actually start turning a profit? Having Jeff walk through that process, like phone calls, text messages, just like a text away, was so invaluable. I tell every single small business owner who ever asks me what are good resources, the Small Business Development Center is the first thing that comes to mind.
My name is Miles Hischer. I'm the co-founder of Highview Solutions, a Google Cloud partner based here in San Luis Obispo, California. I currently oversee our sales and marketing teams at Highview, and we've been in business for about 7 years now. Our core business is we sell Google Workspace subscriptions combined with our own services like additional account management and customer support. When I was just getting going with my business, I enrolled as an SBDC client and was able to talk with an advisor who had some background in working with other technology partner businesses. I think the most important part of the consultation and assistance that I received was being able to sit down in person with someone here at the Cal Poly Center for Entrepreneurship in front of a whiteboard and explain the challenges that I'm having and have an expert and someone that's much further along in their career advise me and just give me their opinions. And having that open space and time and the physical space here at CIE to whiteboard a problem and think through stuff was incredibly helpful.
I'm Andrew DeMille, and I'm COO and co-founder.
Hello again, everyone. Voting for the Audience Choice Award is now closed. Thank you to everyone who cast a vote. If you'd still like to make a last-minute donation to support your favorite startup, instructions are up on the screen. And now, I will turn it back over to Donica.
Before we get to the awards, I would like to take this time to thank all of our vendors and staff who made this event possible. Thank you to Rod and Hammer Rock, our SBDC advisors that participated in Pitch Prep Bootcamp, our speakers who helped train the investors, and our legal consultants that donated time to help our investors conduct due diligence. Thank you to all of our CEI and SBDC staff, Liz Fisher, Madison Crum, Lindsay Fowler, Nikki Williams, Karen Tillman, Tom Katona, Stephanie Zombach, Nicole McAllister, and all of our interns. Thank you so much. We couldn't do any of this without you. But before we move on to tonight's award, I would like to take a moment to recognize somebody very special on our team. Each year, America's SBDC honors standout individuals from across the country with the State Star Award. This is recognized for those who demonstrate exemplary performance, make significant contributions to their networks, and show unwavering commitment to helping small businesses succeed. This year, I'm incredibly proud to share that Liz Fisher has been named the 2025 State Star for the Central California SBDC region. Liz is truly the backbone of our operations and doesn't like to appear on stage. She quietly powers so much of what makes our work possible, and from building systems that keep us running smoothly to supporting our entire team with thoughtful leadership and care, Liz brings a level of excellence and dedication that lifts everyone around her. Her impact is constant, even if it's behind the scenes. Please join me in congratulating Liz on this well-deserved honor. Thank you, Liz. Now, please welcome to the stage Matt Allen, representing our presenting sponsor, Pacific Premier Bank, to say a few words and help me pass out tonight's awards.
Thank you. On behalf of Pacific Premier Bank, we're proud to support AngelCon and all of the amazing entrepreneurs participating in this program. Congratulations to all the participants and best of luck. And if I may throw my own pitch, every business needs a checking account. So come see me in the back afterwards.
Thank you, Matt. And thank you, Pacific Premier Bank. Up first, we will announce the Audience Choice Award. I'm excited to say that we've raised $1,930. And this money goes directly to our Audience Choice winner. A big congratulations to ODIN Diagnostics. Congratulations, Connor. And don't forget, you can continue to fund the GoFundMe for the rest of the night. So if you want to contribute more to Odin's journey, please don't hesitate. As we mentioned earlier, we raised $125,000 for AngelCon Fund 8. The investors have decided to distribute this amount to one startup tonight. So now I'm happy to say that the winner of AngelCon 2025 is Greensight Technologies. Jake, Diego, Mackenzie, get up here. Congratulations, Greensight. We are so happy for you and all of our participants tonight. You all did a wonderful job. Thank you all for attending AngelCon 2025. We appreciate you taking the time to be here with us tonight. And from all of us at the Cal Poly CIE SBDC, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Good night.